My boy Favaro is back! Oh, I am so happy. I've been waiting for my boy Favaro! Like, I wanted Kaiser to say that so bad, but he didn't say it, which hopefully next week he says that. So, my boy Favaro, my boy's been in prison. He's been in freaking, like, prison/jail. He's grown out his hair. This man looks like a freaking pirate. Like, like the man's hair. He looks like a fucking pirate. I'm like, my boy. Like, my boy. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I like the new hair. I do. I actually really like it. So, my boy Favaro, he is back. And I'm glad. I'm very glad to have him back in this series because I have missed him. And I'll tell you right now, the king made a major error, like a huge fuck up, because he should not have put Kaiser and Favaro next to each other in jail/prison. He shouldn't have, because that was a colossal mistake. When these two work together, we have seen some crazy shenanigans. Like, they've done some messed up stuff in, season 1, and I just can't wait to see them once again, the Wombo combo, coming together, and just working together, and just wrecking face, and then saving the day, because I've been waiting for it. Now, don't get me wrong, like I said, I like Nina. Nina has done a lot to kind of liven up the series, and kind of replace Favaro, but even though she has tried to replace him, she can't completely replace my boy Favaro, because that man, He's like a legend to me. Like, that man is a great character, and seeing him back, I just can't wait. I can't wait to see, like, his stories, what he has to say, how he continues to interact with all the other characters. Can't wait to see how he interacts with Nina. That is what I am very curious about, how he interacts with Nina, since we know Nina knows him. I'm curious about that. I'm also curious about Rita, seeing Favaro again, how that'll be done. There's so many things I can't wait to see in the upcoming episodes. But with that aside, though, this first half of this episode, oh man, so Kaiser, this man, he wrecked house. Like, this man wrecked the king, he wrecked Azazel, and I was just like, damn, my boy. Like, I mean, we know Kaiser, he's a pretty good fighter. We have seen firsthand in season 1. He's not someone you really necessarily should underestimate, but the way my boy just went in, he was stopping both of them, like fighting both of them at once and all that, and then when he kind of whooped Azazel to the side, and then all of a sudden the king attacked him, and he just blocked with like his, metal hand that was gone. I'm like, yo, like the way he just has it sliced, the king's like, huh? And then he just like shakes it and all that, like back into place. I'm like, bro, that is just so badass, the way Kaiser just blocked this man with his like missing limb, and like his just metal hand. That was some cool stuff. Just, I like the effects on that. Just the way his hand was shaking and the way he was moving it back into place and all that. That was a lot of effort put into that scene. I could definitely see Studio Mappa went an extra mile to animate that scene, because it looked really good, and I was not, dissatisfied with, that scene. It looked really nice. So yeah, my boy Kaiser still has not yet to lose his touch when it comes to fighting, and now that Favaro is coming into the mix, oh, that's gonna be good! That's gonna be good! Like, that's gonna be so good seeing these two fight together. But okay, so with all of that aside, why did you have to do that to me, Shingeki no Bahamut? Like, why did you have to show me the demon waifu, like, crunched into the ground? That was kind of messed up. Like, that's like salt in an open wound, basically, because I was like, are you serious? The way she just got killed in last week's episode? Well, they wanted to make sure they kind of nailed that in, letting us know that she's definitely... I just realized the pun I did there. Oh, I am so sorry. That was bad. That was really bad. But, basically, they really wanted to let us know that she is confirmed dead. Like, they didn't want to leave us hanging thinking, oh, she's still alive. There's a possibility she's fine and all that. No, that's not happened. Azazel turned his head around and he just sees her crushed into the ground. You see how her armor's broken, blood's coming all out of her. Just the image they show basically lets us know she dead as fuck. Like, she's not getting back up. Like, she's not walking ever again. She's not getting back up. She's not going to collect, collect $200 and pass go. That's not happening. She is dead. So, with her dying, I was like, that's kind of messed up. So, you always showed that scene just to kind of hit us once again in the feels. And also, poor Azazel, too, because everybody died thanks to him messing up. But when he was crying and all that, I'm like, I know he used to be a villain and all that, but I still liked him as a character. and seeing what he's going through in this season, I'm like, damn, that's kind of sad. Like, I know what he was kind of doing. It doesn't make anything right because he was willing to kill off people, regular innocent people, but also he was willing to use Nina. It's messed up and fucked up, but I still feel bad for him because of everything that just happened. He lost everything, and damn, that's messed up. And on top of that, Muguro as well, you know, leaving him now in prison too, alongside with Bacchus. Like, okay, let's talk about that for a second. So, Muguro has finally been captured by the gods. So, they finally have Muguro. Muguro, whatever they're wanting to do with Muguro is about to happen. And most likely be like the in-game card or whatever's about to happen with FAVAROOO and Kaiser. They're probably going to go in and all that. And then something's going to happen with, you know, Jonah of the Ark and all that. And basically Muguro is going to pop up. Something like that's probably going to happen in the future episodes of Shingeki no Bahamut Season 2. But, basically, right now, though, Muguro is now been captured, and Bacchus is imprisoned because he didn't want to help out at all. So Bacchus is getting, once again, more focused, which, like I've said many times already in my previous episode reviews, I'm glad that he is getting focused on, because I want him to get development. I like Bacchus, like the god Bacchus, and he is a god, and I really want to, you know, see more character development from him, and kind of him be a major spotlight in Season 2. I mean, he got a little bit of the spotlight in Season 1, but not that much. So, I'm glad he's getting focused on a little bit in, you know, Season 2, and once again, he pops up like he's apparently like a traitor, like he needs to be in prison. I mean, you see how he's like in prison right now, and he can't even drink his wine. His famous wine he always drinks, you know, the god of wine. He can't even drink it. So, yeah, I'm very curious on how that's going to be handled and what type of development he's going to get in the future episodes. Now, moving on to other characters now, the only one that's not necessarily captured at this time is Rita. Rita's the only one that's kind of free. Like, everybody's up and left her, and no one's really there at this time. It's just Rita by herself. So she might play a role as well. I mean, with her not being captured, her being able to do whatever she wants, she might be able to initiate something to probably save FAVAROOO or Kaiser, or do something else along the side to cause a distraction before they can get out. Something like that. Because we know Rita's pretty strong. We shouldn't necessarily underestimate her, because we have seen her strength in Season 1. So we know she can do some stuff if she wants to. But yeah, I think the last thing I want to talk about is what Nina said to the king. So Nina just outright exposed the king. Like, this man was just straight up, like, getting told how it really was, and how many, even us the viewers, view him. He's like a big bully. He's someone that has all this power. He's a king, but he's mistreating the demons, and he says they're useless or worthless, but he's using their labor and their very beings to make what is his kingdom. So technically, in the grand scheme of things, they're not worthless. And just all the things he's been doing and how he's been treating everyone, basically Nina exposed him really hard and told him like it was, how she really feels, and that most likely really hurt him deeply, because we do know that he was definitely growing closer to Nina. And we know that the king was, you know, the dude that was hanging around, you know, Nina for the past couple episodes. So we know he's kind of bonded with her a bit, and as I've already discussed, most likely he might change his mentality of how he views demons and gods, and he might kind of shift over to being a better person. But we have yet to see that. We don't really know. Basically, he let Nina talk, say what she wanted, and then he threw her in prison. So we don't really know much after that. Like, what he's going to be doing. Is he going to let her free eventually? We have no idea. But at the very least, he did not go out of his way to execute Kaiser or Nina. He just said they're indefinitely just locked up. So basically, with any given time, he might say, you know what, you're free. Just get the fuck out and leave. You know what I mean? He might do something like that. So because of it, he did choose a nicer way. He could have easily executed them, but he didn't go along that path because they were traitors, and normal kings would usually just slit their throat and that's it, just be done with them, but he didn't do that. So there is a shift going on in the king, and he might eventually change for the better, but you have to see where it goes. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.